Hey boys and girls, I am here at the same spot where I first started my channel, and that is Horsetooth Reservoir. And the reason why I'm being a little nostalgic, revisiting the same place twice, is because I'm about to ride my 150th bike. And here's the owner, Rusty. And the wind has died down just a little bit, so we'll take advantage of the wind dying down to talk about the quirky bits.
So, I think the automatic gets this extra thunder flare that the regular CBs did not have.
Interesting.
I think that was unique to these.
Yeah, I don't remember the flare on my 75.
Yeah, most of them I don't think do. As you can tell, there is no tachometer.
The tachometer is replaced by a massive gear indicator. There's always a noisy truck. Massive gear indicator. Of the 3 gears that you need to indicate. So, okay, whatever. But this I recall. Look at that. Nippon. Psyche, Japan. I had that same speedometer in my 1975 CB750. What else you got? What's quirky?
Like, well, they put a fuel
choke
gauge on
right
it.
There. It does have a fuel gauge. I don't remember if mine had a fuel gauge or not. My 75.
Most of them didn't, from what I've seen.
Huh.
So that's a little different on these. Obviously, you get a regular torque converter like a car. Normally there would be a kickstart here with your clutch plates. But a regular torque converter like a car, you watch it whiz around in here. And then you get a parking brake since you have to hold it. So
nice.
You push it down and there's a cable on the other side that locks it on, so it locks your rear drum.
And this piece of wiring here is just the parking brake indicator signal.
Yes.
And a drum brake, of course. I had a drum brake as well on my CB750.
It is kickstart. But you have to pull it off of here and stick it on the left-hand side.
So if you're not left-handed and left-legged, you're in trouble.
So you'll attach it here and then kickstart it that way if the battery's dead, which electric start.
Nice.
And then neutral's down all the way, one up for you have to put the kickstand up, one up for low, 2 up for drive. You can put the kickstand down, it puts it neutral. And other than that, it's
very quirky.
It's same thing. Four carbs, the 750 parts the same. They did supposedly detune this a little bit. So this makes 50 horsepower. I think the regular CBs made 62, 64, depending on where you look.
Yeah.
But the only thing I could find that said they did that, they also dyno tested it. So we don't really know what the crank is that I can find, but somebody
okay.
knows.
Well, very quirky. So the thing about Hondas, as I've owned quite a few, is that Honda is not afraid to design something for the sake of designing something, doing it just because they can. So, I mean, why would there have been a market for a motorcycle with 2 gears? you're still going to be clicking gears. What, people can't count to 5 at the time? I mean, there wasn't 6-geared bikes then. And, okay, it was a gift to you.
Yeah.
What kind of work did you have to put into it to make it rideable and runnable?
So when I got it, it had the big Windjammer Vetter fairing on it. It had a king queen seat, a 6-foot tall sissy bar, and
for luggage.
Some racks and some saddlebags. All of that was aftermarket, so I really didn't like the look of any of that, so I took all that off. I had to get a new headlight and brackets.
Did it have the handrail? My 75 had a chrome handrail
yes, and
in the back.
I do have the handrail.
Okay.
And the turn signals mounted off of those. But since I didn't have any of the front turn signals anymore, I just left the back off. So I do have the hand grab. It also had a big luggage rack off the back of the sissy bar.
So we were on run. We were in neutral. I got no clutch to pull in. Where's the clutch? Oh, that's right. There isn't one. Oh, starts right up. Look at that. Rusty is going to ride the Blue Angel. So we put it in low. As I said, we put it in low, which is not down, by the way. The bike is pulling itself. I am not giving it any gas. It's like a car. We're coasting in low gear. And away we go. Bike number 150. And I need the next gear. And I got it. This is drive. Oh, no windshield. We are wonderfully just free in the open air. Much like I was with my CB750 the whole time I owned it. It never had a windshield. The CB750 is the bike I use for primary transportation when I first moved to California back in 1988. I didn't test the front brake and rear brake like I normally do. My bad. We have no blinkers, so I have to use hand signals. And we're going to shift down to low. Woohoo! If I shift down all the way, I'll be back into neutral, which we don't want. How's this for a view? The Hondamatic was first sold in Canada in 1975, and then in the US in the years 1976, 77, and 78. Instead of 5 gears, its unique design featured 2, with the low gear being optional. Low gear makes taking off easier, but a person could put it in high gear and leave it there for the whole ride if they wanted to. The bike was designed for inexperienced riders or anyone who feared stalling a bike with the clutch. So I need to be in about 35 for this because 35 is the speed limit. And low seems too low. Too high rather. No, too low. Low seems too low. It's kind of like I'm in second gear here. Drive is better for 35. This is a quirky and interesting machine. Would I rather have gears? Well, yes, for mountain riding, I think I'd rather have my own selection of gears. Because in drive mode, which I'm in right now, as you can see, if I go faster, if I go downhill, there's no gearing to stop me. Speaking of which, we're going to go downhill. Once again, give you a view. A view of Fort Collins. You do have to watch for deer up here. They can cross this road at any time. You know, something that Honda got right. It's a good day for bars for me because these bars are great. They're wide bars, but they're up. The bike's moving on its own again. There we go. That low, solid sound of a four-cylinder. That's where we're going, folks, up that hill on a 1977 machine. It's glorious. The air-cooled 736cc single overhead cam engine had a carburetor for each cylinder, but designed specifically for this bike, not the same as the standard CB750. It has an accelerator pump attached to the second cylinder that feeds all four. Changes were made to the cylinders, carbs, and cam to provide more low-down thrust to go to the transmission. Not a clutch, but a fluid torque converter. A different chain was used to do double duty as a torque converter fluid pump. The engine produced 67 horsepower, 2 less than the standard CB750, but still 44 foot-pounds of torque. Top speed was 98 miles per hour. My first muscle bike was a 1975 CB750, and that was in 1989, so it is perfectly fitting that bike number 150 should be this one. However, I don't recall my bike having a top speed limit of 98. Okay, well, now I'm going to shift it into first. I mean, neutral. What a weird little machine. So here's what I think is going on. I think L is just like granny gear. It's to get you moving.
Yeah.
And I noticed right around 30 to 35 is when you want to shift to drive, and then you're good all day there.
That's what I said. It'll go to 60 and low.
But you're really high revving it at that point. It wasn't meant to do it. Well, guys, here it is. Bike number 150. The 1977 Hondamatic 750. And once again, we want to thank Rusty here for letting me ride it. And it really does kind of bring me back to my 750s that I had. So look forward to us, and look forward to Rusty riding with me some more, because we'll get some video ideas together and put something together for video. So that was redundant. That was from the Department of Redundancy Department. Anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for sharing the ride with me on my 150th bike. Have a great day, like we are.